In the following video, I'm going to go through and explain to you how to do plate 1, which is called your title block. These are the items that you're going to need for this drawing. One sheet of rough draft paper, which is 8.5 by 11, also known as your printer paper. You're going to need a scale, a 45-degree triangle, your T-square, some tape. Remember, you need about 3 to 4 inches worth of tape. And then you're also going to need your drawing board. Don't forget to de-sticky the tape. Again, it's approximately 3 to 4 inches. You've de-stickied it. Now you're going to rip it off into 4 pieces. Hold them on your hand for a moment. Grab your piece of rough draft paper. You're going to align your paper to your T-square. It's a little bit on the cumbersome side the first couple times you do it, but basically you'll get the hang of it. Once you've got it, go ahead and put your tape in the 4 corners. As you can see, I'm fumbling a little bit. Maybe it wasn't the smartest idea for me to put the tape on my fingers, but maybe you have a better idea than I do. Make sure you tape the upper corners first. After you've taped the upper corners, go ahead and slide your hand down just to make sure that the paper is laying flat, and then you can lay the 2 pieces of tape in your other corners. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start by measuring 1/2 of an inch in from our left, our right, our top, and our bottom. Notice I'm only going through and marking in one location on my left, my right, my bottom, and my top. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I only need one little mark to line my T-square or line my T-square and triangle up to. Notice how I'm holding the pencil. I'm holding it up towards the eraser. This allows me to create a nice light line by creating very little pressure on the pencil tip. If you're not using a mechanical pencil, make sure your pencil tip is nice and sharp. Now we're going to take our combination of our T-square and our triangle. Notice I'm taking my pencil tip, putting it on the line, sliding my triangle up to the mark. Also, I'm making sure that my T-square is tight against the edge of my board. Here you go. You can see a good example of me pushing my pencil tip onto the line and then bringing the tooling over to it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back through and I'm going to darken from intersecting point to intersecting point. I know it's a little hard to see on camera here, but I'm just going to come over and I'm going to stop at my intersection of my vertical lines. I'm going to do my other horizontal line. Make sure my T-square is nice and tight. I'm putting pressure down on my T-square to hold it in place. Draw my line across. Again, I'm going to do the same thing. I've got my T-square down below. You can't see it off camera here. I'm now drawing my lines down. I'm going to flip my triangle over so that I have a little bit better working area. Line my pencil tip up, slide my scale, or excuse me, slide my triangle over and project the line up. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to measure up 1/16 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, 1/16 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch. Okay, you can see it in this chart. Now, in the chart, you'll notice that I've got a bold line at the bottom. That bold line is our border line. Okay, those need to be extra dark. So again, I'm measuring up 1/16 of an inch, and then after I measure up 1/16 of an inch, I'm counting 1/8 of an inch from that 1/16 of an inch. Hopefully that makes sense. So it basically goes 1/16 and then another 2/16. I make a mark, and then I go a 1/16 and then I go 2/16. And I do that so that I get 3 lines of text that are 1/8 of an inch tall. Hopefully you'll notice, or hopefully it'll make sense to you after you start drawing it. If not, you can always ask a shoulder mate to see if they can help you with this. Now, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to darken my top line, okay, that top 5/8 inch line. You're going to now come in 3 inches from each side. And now I'm going through and darkening in my line. Anytime you have any questions, you can always look back at your reference sheet that I give you. In your best technical script, we are now going to go ahead and write in our last name, comma, first initial. Oops, I wrote the wrong I. I make mistakes too. Nobody's perfect. Followed by a dot. And then we're going to go ahead and write in the date. Your date is going to be in the following format. It would be the month in numerical value. So if we are in the month of November, you would use 11, followed by a dash or a slash. The day, I generally use 2 digits. So if it's, let's say, the first of the month, then we would go 11 slash or dash 01 slash or dash 20, whatever year it is. 2022, 2023, 2024, etc. Okay. We're going to write the school. Notice that I'm splitting it up over onto 3 lines. I'm trying to center it as best as I possibly can. If you don't feel confident in your centering, go ahead and write it out lightly first. Also, you're going to go ahead and fill in the scale and the title of the drawing. Once you are done, show it to a shoulder mate, show it to your instructor, have them approve of it, or if you need to make any changes on it, then you can start on your final copy. Your final copy will then be turned in to your teacher for grading. Good luck.